This video is made August 18th, 2022. This video is discussing the mid-air collision between Cessna 152, registration November 49931, and twin Cessna 340, registration November 740 Whiskey Juliet. The mid-air collision happened at the Watsonville Airport Whiskey Victor India, and I've got some replay of the aircraft tracks from the website WebTrack. It is a website that provides noise abatement data for large municipal areas so that people can track noise and make complaints. Really, it's it's a boondoggle for pilots, but anyhow, it's out there. The reason I use it is because well before there was anything like ADSB, there was this website, and they get data streamed to them from the FAA. So they are getting radar data. They may, at this point, also blend it with ADSB data, but anyhow, it's a very reliable site to replay aircraft tracks. So that's the one that I'm using. I'm also using audio from Live ATC. LiveATC.net is where the audio was obtained. It is a mix of CTAF audio, Common Traffic Advisory Frequency audio from Watsonville. It is also mixed in with some audio from a NorCal approach frequency, one of the NorCal frequencies. Luckily, most of the traffic is Watsonville, so we are able to develop a pretty good understanding of what happened here and to hear the final moments of these two aircraft. As of this recording, I do not know the condition of the pilots, either one of them. I can estimate from the photo of the twin Cessna inside a hangar that it probably, was not good. But I do not know the condition of anyone involved in this accident. And with that, and without further ado, let's replay the audio and the aircraft tracks.
Left downwind runway 20 Watsonville.
Watsonville traffic, 22 Hotel, turning final, 20 Watsonville.
75 Mike Bravo, good day.
Good day.
Air 27 at Alpha, Watsonville.
Fernando Bravo Echo, change to advice frequency approved. We'll talk to you on the go.
Southbound departure, Skywest 4729, 1.3 times touchdown.
Number 419 Bravo Echo, change to advisory frequency approved. We'll talk to you on the go.
Over to advisory, Bravo Echo.
Gas 4729, North Kennedy Port, radar contact, thank you, climb maintain 7000. Information November at San Francisco.
Climb 7000, we have November Skywest 4729.
For runway 02.
Watsonville area traffic, twin Cessna 740 Whiskey Juliet, 10 miles east. Presently, we're at 4500. After the last ridge, we'll descend for a straight in for 20 Watsonville.
Watsonville traffic, 90 Foxtrot Lima is turning a 1.5 mile left base, runway 20 Watsonville.
Watsonville traffic, Cessna 931, left crosswind 20 Watsonville. Watsonville traffic, 22 Hotel, off the active 20 Watsonville. Watsonville traffic, Cessna 931, turning left downwind 20 Watsonville.
Monterey, potential aircraft parachute, correction, potential aircraft convective segment 5H Western Valley up to 2355 Zulu for Nevada, California, for more station contact flight service. Gas 4729, cutting approach 133.905, have it going. contact 90 Fox, is approaching short final 20, Watsonville.
Watsonville traffic, Skylane 900 Bravo Echo. We're about a mile to the southeast on the VOR Alpha. We'll be flying overhead 1,300 and then making the final turn back towards Watsonville.
Watsonville area traffic, Twin Cessna 740, Wichita Juliet, 3 miles straight in, 20, full stop, Watsonville.
Watsonville traffic, Cessna 931, turning left base, 20, Watsonville.
Watsonville Unicom, is the truck on frequency?
Watsonville area traffic, Twin Cessna 740, Whiskey Juliet, 1 mile straight in, 20, full stop. Looking for traffic on left base.
Yeah, I see you. You're behind me.
Lima.
2998 for the altimeter at Monterey, and information Lima, November 8 Juliet.
I'm gonna go around then, because you're coming at me pretty quick, man.
Or 0 Foxtrot, 90 Foxtrot Lima is at the left crosswind for runway 20, Watsonville. 783 Northcat departure, radar contact, thank you, flying, maintain 900,000.
Everybody, please be advised there is an accident towards runway 20. Please be advised. Watsonville.
So how did we get here? Well, to me, this twin Cessna was coming in very fast. He was flying a straight in to a busy airport that had aircraft flying closed traffic patterns. They had been flying these closed traffic patterns well before he came on to the frequency. And given that, had he been monitoring, and we don't know if he was monitoring the advisory frequency, 10 minutes out, but had he been, he would have known that there were aircraft in the pattern shooting touch and goes. And perhaps he would have planned for something besides a straight in. Normally, you would fly a straight in when the pattern is not busy. In this case, the pattern was fairly busy, and I don't believe a straight in was appropriate. The other thing is this twin Cessna was flying extremely fast. He is tracked at 180 to 200 knots all the way in. The guy, he sounded tired on the radio. He sounded a little bit tired. I cannot tell where his origination airport was. I don't know how long his flight into Watsonville was. But he may have just wanted to get in, and I've been there. After a long flight, the last thing you want to do is tool around in the pattern. If you're flying from the direction that allows a straight in, you want to hit that straight in. In this case, it didn't work out. The Cessna 152 that he collided with was doing 70 knots in the pattern. He probably flies a 60 knot final. This Cessna on, within 1 mile final looked like he was still bouncing off 200 knots. So I don't understand, how that works, but that is the speed they've got him at. I don't fly twins, so I don't know what their approach speed is, but I would bet it is a lot less than 180 knots or 200 knots. So their relative speed when we watched the web track replay it was obvious how much faster this guy was than anybody else at the airport. So it's my opinion he should have flown out to the south and got his airplane down to traffic pattern altitude, got his aircraft slowed to a speed that would blend better with the pattern traffic, and then come in on the 45 and join the left traffic, you know, where you fit in. But this guy, instead, what he kind of did was just bigfooted his way in. He held 4,500 feet to clear some terrain out on the extended final, and then he had to bleed off that altitude. And as a result, he was carrying a lot of speed. So, I don't know. The 152 pilot, he sounded like a student to me. His comms on the radio sounded a little bit like he was a student. The 152 is registered to a flight school out of Monterey, I believe. So chances are this guy was a student. With experience, he may have gotten he may have had a better sense of what a twin Cessna, what that means, a twin Cessna shooting a straight in, and maybe with experience he would have elected to extend his downwind and come in behind the twin Cessna. That is just something that you get with experience, and when you're a student pilot, you don't have that necessarily yet. You aren't familiar with the ramifications of someone using a call sign twin Cessna and what that might mean to you when you're just shooting touch and goes in the pattern. But with experience, he might have, realized this guy is going to be coming in fast, and here I am, slow, one of the slowest aircraft in the pattern, in a Cessna 152. Maybe I should just push my downwind out until this guy gets clear of me, and then turn in on a base. But that's not what happened. It sounded like at the end, of course, this poor guy in the 152, he realized what was happening and wanted to get out of the way. But 152, you're not getting out of the way of some guy doing 180 or 200 knots coming directly at you. So, not unless you take an extreme, maneuver and exit the upwind or the departure path, and that could have put you in conflict with the other traffic in the pattern. So it's just a bad deal all around. It's this is still raw. This just happened several hours ago, but it's my belief as a pilot that it's never too soon to learn from these sorts of incidents. There are going to be people shooting touch and goes and doing close traffic at patterns all across the country, airports all across the country, including Watsonville, tonight, tomorrow, and it behooves everybody to realize this kind of thing can happen, and pilots on both sides of this, the slow guys, the fast guys, we need to be thinking of better ways to blend in with each other when we're at uncontrolled or untowered airports. So that's my thoughts on this. It's a bad deal, and as a pilot, I always hate to see this sort of thing, but here it is. It's happened, and we've got to learn from it, and hopefully we can all do better.